is going on, guys? This is Queen Shay is back. Oh my goodness. So today, every Sunday I go to church, but today I went to church and it's not the first time, but I feel so restored. Like when God's presence is inside of a church that you attend, that's a huge meaning. That's a huge meaning. I'm telling you, that means a lot. Like when the Spirit of God is inside of the church that you attend. Again, that means a lot. And you know when you're at the right place. Because I do travel like about maybe an hour and 45 minutes to go to church. And in my last video, I remember talking about why, convenience is bad. People do what's convenient for them. They don't want to do or be involved in or partake in anything that challenges them. And I'm used to driving far anyway, and I'm like a long distance driver anyway. I don't mind driving, but for some people that's a lot. They're like, oh my goodness, you travel that far to go to church. And I'm like, yeah, it's not the fact that, I'm traveling just to go to church. I'm traveling for God. I'm traveling to be in His presence. And how I look at it is that if I can travel 8 or 9 hours just to go to a different state, then you can travel an hour and 45 minutes just to be in God's presence and where you're supposed to go, where you belong. And it's just been a blessing, throughout the whole journey. Like when I first joined my church, I'm telling you, I wasn't the person I am today. And it's like, man, like when a church definitely changes your life, you're at the right place. But when you come out, doing the same thing over and over again, and you just, looking for things out in the world to fill in the void, and you just feel like you haven't changed. You may need to look at, reevaluate, where you go to church at, and people want to go places where they're comfortable at, places where they don't feel convicted at. And when you at the right place and you feeling that conviction and you feeling like, you know, hey, this is taking me out of my comfort zone, that means you're at the right place. But that spirit of fear begins to take over because sometimes people don't like correction, people don't like discipline, people don't like conviction, so they leave, or they avoid coming. But let me tell you, this is not the time to play around with God. This is not the time. I'm telling you, if you do not want to be left behind, go find a church, because God says where 2 or 3 are gathered in His name, He is always there. And it is so. And let me tell you something else. He knew that towards the last days that people meeting up together would fall away. People have been using excuses since COVID. Like it's 2024. COVID was in 2020. I know it's some stuff still going around this world, but come on. If you can go on a trip, if you can go on vacation, if you can go to Walmart, you can go to church. Stop making up excuses. That's what's going to get you left behind. I'm telling you, because when that rapture comes, it's going to come within the blink of an eye. And I got to paint this reality because a lot of people sometimes don't see things. They don't believe it until they see it. But you got to believe it without seeing it, and that's what you call faith. That's what you call faith. So you got to have faith in God, because God says faith is what pleases Him. God says faith is what pleases Him. But let me tell you, find a church. Don't mind till what goes on the church. I know some mess going around the church, but ain't none of that at my church, so my pastor don't play that. But let me tell you, find a church where you feel the presence of God. Like when you feel that restoration, when you feel like, oh my gosh, like I just feel brand new. More brand new than a pair of shoes. Listen, go find some place, go find a place that will change your life. I'm telling you. Now is not the time to be like, oh, I'm not ready, or, I'm just, not into that. You better get into it, because you do not want to endure for what's about to come. You do not. I'm telling you, the Holy Bible tells you it's a blessing that God gives his children the warning before these things happen. It's a blessing because he didn't have to do that, but he did that for the love of us. He did it because he wants so many souls won over to him. He wants so many souls on his side. But listen, guys, I'm about to get in the spirit, but oh boy, I'm telling you, it was amazing. It's amazing every Sunday, but oh boy, I'm telling you, like, God is something. Listen, go find a church or ask me about the church I attend. I go to church in Maryland, but I am from the surrounding states or whatever. I can't tell you exactly what state I'm from, but I'm from the surrounding states, but I do go to church in Maryland, and let me tell you, it's one of a kind. It's one of a kind. Like, I went to many churches in the past, never experienced nothing like this before. Never. Listen, guys, go find somewhere to go if you want to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, body, and soul. I'm telling you. But I just wanted to, tell you these things because, people need the encouragement. I wanted to encourage you. Now is the time. Even if you're not ready, you better get ready. Because let me tell you, you're going to wish you had been ready when the rapture comes, because he's going to come just like that within the blink of an eye. Before you blink your eye, it's going to be so much destruction going on. It's going to be pilots disappearing off the airplanes. Their body will be there, but guess what? Their souls will be with the Lord. Their souls will be with the Lord. So it's going to be all kinds of stuff occurring because the rapture has come. The dead will arise first, and the ones who are still living will come behind the dead and will be taken up. They will be taken up. And when these things happen, and these same people that I'm describing, may be bus drivers, they may be, driving tractor trailers, they may be, airplane pilots, they may be, working at different jobs at that time, but they might be taken up. And when they're taken up, that means they're no longer in the body. The soul is up with God. The spirit is up with God. So guess what? When they stop, when the tractor trailer stops driving, what do you think is going to happen? An accident. So it's going to be all kinds of destruction going on in this world when those things do occur. But God loves us so much that he gave us a warning. Listen, we better get it together. Now ain't the time. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to check out the link in my bio. I appreciate you guys so much.